Morning everyone, welcome to your live legs, bums and tums class from home with me, Mia. I will be taking the class this morning. So all you're going to need is yourself, some water handy if you'd like some, and also somewhere comfy, whether it be a mat, a bit of carpet, because we are going to be doing some exercises down on the ground, so just make sure that you've got somewhere comfy. So on another note, I haven't actually got any music with me as I'm not allowed to. So we have got a couple of seconds now if you did want to pop your television on or a little portable speaker, if you do want a little bit of music in the background whilst we are going. So there's going to be a certain format that we're going to be using today and for the next coming weeks so that you can get a bit of a hang of what we will be doing. So it's going to be 4 big rounds. The first round will be our warm-up. So we'll start to gently warm up the body. The second round, we're going to look to work all of the legs. Third round is going to be more glute orientated, so working our thumbs. And the fourth round, we're going to be looking at working our core, so the top section, the midsection, and the section on the side. So if at any point anyone is finding it a little bit too difficult, please make sure that you do just take a couple of seconds, recover, and then join back in when you are ready. Okay, so are we good to go? So we're going to start with our warm-up, guys. Feet just outside of our hips. We're going to send our hips back and we're going to press up to the sky. So we squeeze the glutes and we press up. So from the shoulders up towards the sky. So let's get nice and warm. It's going to be a minute for each exercise in the warm-up. And then in the next few rounds, we're going to reduce it down to 30 seconds. Good job. We're over halfway there already. Last few seconds. Three, two, one. Okay, guys, next one. Feet go a tiny bit wider. We'll send the hips back down into a squat position. We're going to lift the heels 5 times, and then we'll shoot back up. So back down into the squat. Come with me when you're ready. Heels lift 5 times, so keep that body nice and strong. Let's try not to tip forwards. Brilliant. So waking up the quads, waking up the calves. Just a few more seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Next exercise. We bring the feet a little bit closer together. And we're going to step out into a side lunge. So it's a nice wide step, making sure that the knees are going in the same direction as the toes. And we're just going to stick on one side to begin with. So really feel that stretch in the inner thigh. Get a nice big range of movement. And in 3, 2, 1, we switch sides. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, guys, we're going to now move slowly onto our mat, so onto the carpet, your comfy area. We're going to bend the knees, feet are flat on the floor, arms are nice and long. We send wrists towards the hips and fingertips towards the floor. So keep your chin tucked in and really squeeze those core muscles to make sure that we're using them rather than our backs. 15 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, relax there for a second. The knees are going to stay bent. We're going to lift up onto our tiptoes so our heels are lifted. We squeeze our glutes, lift the hips. We're bringing the hips back down so they're not quite touching the mat. So it's a constant squeeze of the glutes, squeeze of the core to get everything nice and warm. So it's a nice consistent movement. Try not to stop at any point. Just keep it flowing. So you should be able to feel that warming up the glutes, so the bum muscles and the hamstrings down the back of the leg. Just 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. We have one more exercise to warm up. We're all going to roll over onto our forearms and onto the toes if we can. So I'm keeping my bum nice and low and my hips forward in my plank position. So I should be able to feel that in my core. If your bum is lifted and you're struggling to keep it down at my height, then just drop down onto the knees as you'll feel it a lot better in the core and you'll be working the muscles properly. Brilliant. So we're squeezing here. Final bit of the warm up. 20 seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just relax there for me. And all we're going to do is push up through our hands and through our chest for a couple of seconds before we move on to our leg round. Okay, so feel free to grab a drink if you need it whilst I demonstrate the exercises for our leg round. We've got a minute or so now. So we're going to be working with a lunge position. So our lunge position, both feet are facing forwards, both knees are bent. So you're going to make sure that your feet aren't directly one behind the other. It's directly out and then to the side. So we're nice and balanced and we've got a nice big range of movement. And then we're going to drop down, send the knee to 90 degrees. So that is our standard lunge, okay? So have a little practice at that now if you want to, just to get the position. But our first exercise is going to be a lunge with a lift of the knee. So we lunge down and we lift. Oh, lunge down, lift. So we stick with the same knee, down and back up. So just wait there. I'm going to explain the next 3 quickly. Exercise 2. We stay down in our lunge position where our back knee is at 90 degrees. We lift the front foot and we lift the back foot. So we try and keep the rest of the body as still as we can. It's a nice flowing movement. Exercise 3. We stay down in our 90-degree position. And then it's a pulse. So it's a little bob. We're not going very far. We're holding the tension in the muscles. So if you can't feel it in your front quad when we are doing this, you're coming up too far, so drop lower. Exercise 4. We drop down and we hold it. That's it. 4 exercises. So don't worry if you forget any of them. I'm going to be here doing them with you. So we're going to start on one side. So let's all start with our right leg back. We have 2 rounds on each side, and then it's our leg round done. So let's step out long, and we're going to start with our lunge, lift the knee. So at any point, guys, if we're struggling with any of these exercises, we can go back to that basic lunge that I showed you at the start. Three, 2, lift the front foot and we lift the back foot. So try and stay with me. But if you do need a couple of seconds rest in between, just shake it off and rejoin me when you're ready. In 3, 2, 1, let's drop that back knee and we pulse. So remember, we stay low. So you should feel that quad starting to work a little bit. I can. 3, 2, 1, let's drop and hold it. You've got it, guys. Let's build up that tension. You should be feeling it a little bit. Okay, guys, 10 more seconds. Stay with it. Then on the same leg, we're going to go back to our lifting the knee. In 3, 2, 1, let's shoot that knee up. Three, 2, 1, let's step back and we lift those feet. So stay low. We're only moving the feet. You're doing brilliantly. We're going to move on to the other side soon. Three, 2, 1, let's pulse. Stay with it for 10 more seconds. Oh. 3, 2, 1, drop and hold. Grit those teeth, guys. 10 seconds, we're going to shake it out. In 3, 2, 1, relax. Well done. Shake it out. Just bring the heel towards the bum for a couple of seconds. Now we know what to expect. It's time to even it out on the other side. Okay, so this time, it's left leg back. So right leg forward. Let's get nice and stable. Remember what I said? With the back leg slightly to the side. And we've got our lunge lift knee. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Three, 2, 1. Let's drop down. Lift the front foot. Lift the back foot. So let's stay as low as we can. You've got it. Last few seconds. In 3, 2, 1. We pulse it out. 2, 1. Hold it down. We're coming up to our halfway point. One more round of 4. So we've done 3. In 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's lift that knee. Let's finish it strong, guys. 4 exercises left of this round. Three, 2, 1. Drop that knee. And we step. Stay low. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse it. 2 more exercises. You can do it. Still not burn. 10. 3, 2, 1. Drop and stop. This is it. Last bit. 15 seconds. 10. 3, 2, 1. Well done. We did it. Shake it out. Heel towards the bum. Keep moving. Try not to stop. Grab a drink if you need one. Again, you've got about a minute now whilst I demonstrate the next exercises. So take the rest. Grab a drink. I'm going to explain the exercises coming up to work our glute muscles. So, exercise 1. Feet just outside of the hips. All we're going to do is start with a squat. So we send the hips back, we squeeze our bums, shoot back up. Exercise 2, we have 2 options. Exercise option 1, we squat down, we jump out, we jump back to that mid squat where we were before. So it's out low, in low. Okay. The second option, we step out and we step back in if we want to get rid of that impact at any point. Exercise 3, simple enough. Feet are back to our mid, just outside of the hips. We squat down and we hold it. So 3 exercises. That's all you need to know. So make sure you do take the option at any point if you need it. Feet just outside of the hips. We're going to start with our squat. Off we go. So really focus on squeezing your bum. That's the only way we're going to make it work. It's time for it to do some work. Leave the quads alone. In 3, 2, 1. We jump, or remember, we step. So squeeze out and squeeze in. Ten seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Squat back and we hold hold it. Nice and low. Squeeze those glutes. Brace the core. 10 seconds. Then we have one more round of the same. And I think it might be raining. Oh no. 3, 2, 1. Let's send those hips back. Just squeeze even more this time. Three, 2, 1. Out, in, or step out. Last few seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's squat down. We hold it. You're doing really well. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Shake out. Well done. So, 2 different exercises coming up. The feet are going to go quite a bit wider. So the wider the better, guys. So we're going to turn the toes just slightly outward. We're then going to send the hips back. And we squeeze the glutes into our pulsing movement like we did in that lunge. So again, if you can't feel it in your glutes or even a little bit in your quads, then you're up too high and you've got to get lower. Exercise 2, again, we've seen it before, where we lift one foot and we lift the other. So make sure you're squeezing the whole time. If you need a couple of seconds recovery, shake it out and come back. So when we're ready, we all go wide. Let's send those hips back and we squeeze. Three, 2, 1. Stay down and lift the feet. It's 10 more seconds. In 3, 2, 1. We got one more round. Let's pulse. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's step. Let's get lower. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Well done. Just a tiny bit more left of the glutes. We're going to be moving down onto our mats. We have one round on each side of our body. So we aim to be lifted on the forearm and on the knee. So we've got a nice straight line between the elbow and the knee. We're going to keep the hip nice and high, and then we have a side leg raise pulse. So the smaller and higher we keep it, the more we're going to challenge that bottom glute. If it does feel too much at any time, drop the hip down onto the ground and do exactly the same thing. So 1 round on each side. Let's lift up onto the knee if we can, and we're going to pulse. Keep going, guys. I forgot to mention it as an extended round. Stay with me for 10 seconds. Then we're going to switch it over. 3, 2, 1. Let's switch straight over. Opposite forearm, opposite knee, to the opposite leg lift. Well done. We're almost there, and I'll keep squeezing the glutes. This is the last bit we're going to do for the glutes. Seconds. 3, 2, 1. Well done. That is it for the glutes, guys. Well done. Let's just roll onto our backs for a couple of seconds. Bring the arms and legs out. Just release any tension before we move onto our core. Okay. So we're going to stay down on our mats, guys. But if you do want to grab a drink, that's absolutely fine whilst I explain the exercises. So as I said at the start, we're going to work the top part of our core, the middle part of our core, and our obliques at the side. We've got 5 exercises. We're going to complete them one straight after the other. We're going to have 10-15 seconds rest, and then we are going to move straight onto the second round. So exercise 1, we have a C crunch. We're going to start with our fingers to our temple. We send ribs towards the hips. We crunch the midsection at the top, and then we tap the feet gently on the ground. That is exercise 1. Exercise 2, arms and legs are long. One arm and one leg comes together. The first option is to tap down on the ground after every repetition. But if we feel like challenging ourselves, then let's try and keep it always a slight fraction off the ground. So we're really going to work that core if we keep everything off the ground. As soon as I say switch, we're going to move straight over onto the opposite side. So really try and keep the opposite arm and leg flat on the ground whilst we are doing this movement. Exercise 3, the knees are bent. Our neck is relaxed and our head is on the ground. We lift the hips. And again, option 1 is to tap the toes on the ground. Option 2 is to keep them slightly off, just to really hold that tension a tiny bit more. Exercise 4, feet are flat this time. Knees are bent. We lift the shoulders and we reach round to the toes. So, if you're not feeling it at all, guys, we've got to lift the shoulders a bit higher and reach a little bit further so we can feel it in our obliques. Final exercise. Like we did in the warm-up, we're going to start in our plank position, whether it be on our toes or whether it be on our knees. We're then going to aim to drop the hips to the side. So without touching the floor, we really brace the core, keeping the bum nice and low. We tilt those hips. So like I said in the warm-up, if you're struggling to keep the bum low, just drop down onto the knees, do exactly the same thing. Okay, so when we're ready, we're going to start with our C crunch. Off we go. So really feel that squeeze in the middle. It's only 30 seconds. Three, two, one. Let's bring the arms and legs long. It's one arm and the opposite leg. Let's try and keep it off the ground if we can. In three, two, one. Let's switch it over. Ten seconds. Three, two, one. Feet flat. Let's lift those shoulders and we reach round. So remember to reach a little bit further if you're not feeling it in the obliques. In three, two, one. Let's roll it over. Finish the set with our plank hip rotation onto the forearms, toes if we can. Really controlled with the core. Remember, the knees are a good option. In three, two, one. Fantastic. We're halfway there. Let's have a couple of seconds rest. Then we've got one more round of those exercises. So now we know what we're doing. Let's try and make it a little bit harder for ourselves and take some of the harder options if we can. So we're straight back to our C crunch. Fingertips to the temple. Let's really squeeze in the middle and see if we can come a little bit closer together in the middle. Three, two, one. Arms and legs long. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Let's keep it off the ground. Three, two, one. We move on to the opposite side. Ten seconds. Three, two, one. Feet down. Lift those shoulders. Let's reach round. We're almost there now, second to last exercise. Three, two, one. Let's finish off with our plank hip rotation on the forearms. Let's all give it a go on the toes if we can. Let's rotate those hips. In 3, 2, 1. Relax it there. Well done, guys. That is it. Your Monday morning leg bumps and Tums done. But we are going to finish with a stretch off, so please just stay with me for a couple more minutes whilst we have a stretch off. Okay. So, just stay where you are and just push up through your hands and through your chest. Okay, guys, then we're just going to push back towards our lower legs. Fingertips are forward. We'll bring the chin towards the chest. Okay, guys, next one. We're going to bend both of our knees. So one leg is in front of the other. Then we'll just walk the hands forward until we can feel a stretch in our front glute. And we'll just hold it there. And let's switch it over. Okay, and rolling over onto our bums, bringing the legs out long. We just reach towards the toes until we can feel the stretch down the backs of our legs in our hamstrings. Okay, guys, so just 2 more. Slowly bring it up to standing. We'll just bring one leg in front of the other. Front leg is bent, back leg is straight. Just dig that back heel into the ground. And switching them over. And then finally, we'll just bring one heel towards our bum. And switch it over. Oh. And then relax there. Well done, everyone. Thank you all for joining me. So keep an eye out for the schedule for the other classes that we've got on this week with the other instructors. And I'll see you all next Monday morning at 9:30. Well done, everyone. Thank you.